Sometimes you might write a piece of code which is useful to other parts of your application, and rather than keep repeating that code, what you can actually do is you can write some code in a particular file and then include that file in another one and therefore gain access to that code. So that's what we're going to have a look at in this one by using an example of a header and a footer. So you can imagine a website might have the same header and footer on every page. You don't want to be creating multiple pages all with duplicate code in there. What you can do is include the code or include the file which includes the headers and the footers. So that's what we're going to do in this one, and we're going to look at some keywords called include and require for this. That's how you include or require code from one file into another in PHP. So we'll create a new directory, we'll call this number 11, we'll call it include and require, and then inside of there create another PHP file. In fact, we're going to create 3 PHP files in this one. What we're going to do is we're going to create an index.php file, which will be the file which is ultimately rendered in the browser, but also will include, or we will create, a header file, header.php, and a footer.php, and we're going to include those 2 files in our index file to make up a full page. So first of all, let's just do the header. So this is header.php and it is in the folder include and require. And in fact, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to create all the files at once. Then I don't need to go back and keep creating. So I'm also going to include or create index.php, and I am also going to create footer.php. Okay, and so first of all, let's work on header. So what does the heading of a web page look like? Okay, so I've just dropped this code into header, and as you can see, it's the start of a web page in HTML. By this point in the book, we've already covered that you can include HTML in PHP files. So this is like typically how a HTML file will start. Doc type HTML, we've got the HTML opening tag, the head, and then we're starting to work on the body. And this is all we're going to include in this header. And if you can imagine you're creating a website and you need the same header for each page, then what we're going to do is just include this in each page that needs it. Now the next thing we're going to work on is the footer, and in a similar manner as what we did for the header, we're going to use some reusable code for the footer. And so that will look like this. So as you can see here, we're closing the HTML tag, closing the body tag which we opened, and just adding a little footer which gives some copyright information and the year. So just a bit of bog standard boilerplate footer, because this is just demonstration purposes. And so next we need to go to index.php. We have the opening PHP tag. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use the include keyword. So include followed by the name of the file, which will be header.php. Then what we can do is we can do the body of this file. So for example, if this is the home page, we can say this is the home page content. And then what we want to do is we want to include the footer. So again, we're going to say PHP, we're going to say include, and then here it will be footer.php. Okay, so there are 2 similar keywords for adding content from one PHP file to another, and those are include, which we've used here, but there is also require. And the main difference between the 2 is that include, if it can't find the file and it can't include it, it will continue execution, but it will produce a warning, but it will still continue. Whereas require means that this file is mandatory in order for the rest of the program to work, and so that you must require it, it must be loaded, and if it can't be loaded, then it'll throw an error and execution will stop. And again, we cover that in the book. For now though, let's go and run this. So I'm going to stop the server. I'm going to cd up into number 11. And we shall start the server again. And here, because we're using index.php, you'll see that I don't need to actually specify the file. I don't need to say index.php here. It's not actually necessary, because if you don't specify which file you're looking for, then what will happen is PHP will first go looking for an index.php file. If you can find one of those, then it will use that. Okay, so this is what has been rendered, and that is actually accurate to what we created. Let's have a look at the page source. So on the web page, right click, view page source, and you'll see that this is that header markup which we created in header.php. If we go and look at that, as you can see, it is the same. And then we had the main content in index.php. So that was what you see here. And then the footer. And that is what we created in footer.php. Okay, so now you know how to avoid having to repeat code on every page of your site just by using include and require.